Welcome to the Regal Eagle Report. I'm Lassia.
I'm Levine.
And I'm Miraj, and we are your co-hosts.
We are Team 2869, a diverse and inclusive team located at Bethpage High School.
We are aiming for our podcast to be an outlet to interact with other teams and collaborate on varied ideas and thoughts.
We are so excited to introduce our brand new series where we'll be interviewing one team from each state.
Embark on our journey as we will be aiming to hit every state, reaching our goal of 50.
For this week's episode, we'll be interviewing the POBots from New York.
So please introduce yourself as well as your position on the team. We'll start first. So I'm Miraj Shah, the drive coach and one of the team leaders on Team 2869.
I'm Lassia and I help manage the podcast and any operations work.
I'm Levine and I help manage fundraising.
So I'll go. Okay. Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm from Team 353, the POBots. I'm the head of community service and awards.
Hi, I'm Pablo. I'm Jonathan's assistant head and I'm DCS. I'm also the POBots.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. I'm also the other head of CS.
Hi, I'm Connor, head of mechanical subgroup.
Hi, I'm Adam, head of project management and quality control.
And hi, I'm Sanvi. I'm the other head of community service and awards.
So now coming to our questions. Our first question is how was your team founded? What is its origin?
Well, our team is, yeah.
Okay, so our team actually started in 1999 or 2000. So this year's actually our 25th anniversary. So we are a team from Plainview Bethpage High School, and we are a mostly student-run organization. So
a bunch of students just love robotics, love STEM. They heard about this and they wanted to do this. And over time, alums became mentors, and mentors and students made this new thing.
Yeah, actually most of our mentors now are past POBots, so it's become kind of a good community.
Miraj, ask your question.
All right. So you guys specifically, what are the number of years you've been participating in FRC, or even if you want to go from first in general?
Yeah, so I'm going into my 8th year in FIRST programs after 4 years in FLL, and I'm going into my 4th year in FRC, including the COVID year.
I'm also going into my 8th year in FIRST because I think most of us did FLL, and yeah.
I'm going into my 6th year in FIRST. I'm a sophomore right now, so 4 years in FLL, 2 years in FRC.
Going into my 5th year in FIRST, 4 years in FLO, my 1st year in FRC.
I'm in my 6th year in FIRST, doing 4 years in FLL and 2 years in FRC.
same here. I'm in my 6th year first, 4 years in FLL, and then this is my 2nd year in FRC.
Awesome. So you guys have been coming up the FLL pipeline.
Yeah.
So where's your of course we live right near you guys, but I don't know how to ask this question.
For our viewers, can you describe where your school is located?
Yeah, so we're east of New York City in Long Island, and we're towards the center of Long Island.
Yeah, we're right in it.
So how's
And
your... Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Okay. How has your team helped to increase membership from your underclassmen?
So our team, we actually have these things called preseason workshops, right? So at the start of every single season, we have a period of 4 to 6 weeks where we actually teach the newer members the ropes of what they have to learn, mechanical, programming, etc. So we actually really try to instill some of our POBots values in them and really help them or try to teach them new things, even if they're new to coding or new to mechanical stuff, we're really just trying to provide a really good accepting environment where everybody could really learn their first time.
And in terms of moving up, we do have assistant heads, which we have a few present here. So after the preseason workshops are over, we do get to pick assistant heads who get to help us in facilitating work better through the build season. So these heads also sometimes move on and get board positions in the following year. So we really factor those decisions as well.
Also another thing, some of the high schoolers who did FLL go down and help out the FLL teams and help out the future members of POBots. So
I'm adding on to that, how many members are in your team?
Currently, we actually have 80 members in our team, and we have 65 active members in our team.
That's a big team.
Yeah.
So what are some of the ways you use your team to get sponsors and kind of get funds for the season?
So one thing that we're doing is we're going to local engineering companies. So near our town, there's a pretty large industrial district. So we've been working to get our community involved, not just local companies, but engineering companies. We also have a lot of outreach.
So we actually created this nonprofit called the Plainview Bethpage Robotics and Engineering Incorporation. So from there, like we were able to like really use funds that were given to us by sponsors and really go out into like our local businesses in our community and hold fundraisers. And then with those funds, we were able to put it towards our robot and our other initiatives, such as like our STEM is Fun for Everyone activities, EAN, and like different outreach things.
Like adding on to that for like some sponsors.
So like some local businesses, we collaborate with their like Lowe's, Chipotle, Gobo.
Yeah.
Some of our larger sponsors include Haas, Optimum.
Driftwood Day Camp. We have Sunrise Medical Center.
There's also a hardware store, Trail Hardware, right around the corner from us. And whenever we need, we can go into that store and they sponsor us so we can go take parts, and that is their sponsor towards us.
So mostly like local like businesses that we try to support us.
That's nice. So can you guys talk about some of the fundraising initiatives your team has taken throughout the years?
Could you repeat that question? Sorry.
So what are some of the fundraising initiatives your team has taken throughout the years?
Well, so like we mentioned before, we just started our nonprofit organization, which has been like one of our main things so far. We also try to go towards social media outreach. So again, reaching out to local businesses, just going around like in our area saying like, hey, we're like the local robotics team from the high school, and just like explaining them what we do, and then just going around like that.
And also with that, like we have like this tier system with our fundraisers. So like keep our fundraisers, to keep our sponsors like wanting to sponsor our team, like we would have like this tier system where it's like diamond, bronze, platinum, diamond, like that. And then with the sponsors, like they'll get like different things for like in our team. So like we'll give some of them names in our robot or names in our shirt or like recognition in other places as well. And then we'd send them like thank you cards and gift kits like that to like keep our fundraising like sustainable and like long lasting.
Got it. That's really cool. And like we have actually a similar system. So we have like different tiered sponsors for everyone. I guess kind of going through where the money would go to, how has the robot evolved throughout the years? Like have you, with the addition of Swerve Drive and on developing those pneumatics and all that, like how have you guys developed your robots?
Yeah, so we've been a tank team every year in our history except for this year. So it's been definitely a step up, not just for fundraising, but physically. We're lucky to have like very great programmers, and the transition was very smooth for us. But this year we're running with Neos, so hopefully in the future we're gonna run more modern motors. But yeah.
So like I guess kind of with that, did you guys build your Swerve like during the off season and then to start practicing with that? Like how'd you guys do that process?
Yeah, so during our off season we built a practice chassis, so we not only tested our drive code but taught our drivers, gave them more time, and it's led to some success just for being able to be more comfortable with their swerve drive and avoiding defense.
Got it. And then kind of I guess not just swerves, but like anything on your robot that you've kind of like just standardized. So I know you guys used pneumatics in the past. Like how standard is that for your bots?
So yeah, we've kind of transitioned away from pneumatics for this year to try to be more precise with motors. It's always something that we've thought about. Definitely us attending Worlds last year gave us like a better eye on what's kind of like the meta right now and using motors for movement, but we're not against pneumatics, but we definitely couldn't strayed away from it, at least for this year.
Yeah, no, we're completely against pneumatics. We tried to, like, last year, we didn't like it. We switched the mechanism completely, and we're like, all right, no pneumatics. Is there anything else that you think is standard for a POBots robot? Like, do you guys only go with, like, rollers and all that?
I mean, our intake, we're using the same type of double roller system where we reverse the direction. So that's kind of been something that's been similar on most of our robots. Something kind of like funny is we've always done reversible bumpers, and we've done it for our first competition this year, and we're actually switching to the 2 sets of bumpers. So that's kind of like was the mark of POBots for a very long time.
Alright, that's cool. Yeah, no, we were thinking about the reversible bumpers, and we were like, they might get destroyed a little bit. We don't really have the time, so
Yeah.
we were against it too.
So gearing back towards outreach, are you guys affiliated with any other FLL or FTC teams, and do you guys mentor them?
So we actually mentor 5 FLL teams within our district. They're all our middle school teams. So many of our members actually do go down to the middle schools once or twice a week and help out. We've been able to help them out a lot, and just like, just being able to expose them to different things. And we hold judging sessions where we're able to like test their skills and see how prepared, like just help them prepare overall for their competition as well. And also again teaching them those values that we want, that we hopefully carry up into POBots when they move up. So
you guys have 5 FLL teams in your middle school?
Between the 2 middle schools, our Matlin Middle School, which we're actually in right now, and Plainville Bethpage Middle School, there's 5 different teams between there, 2 at Matlin and 3 at POB. So we've been helping the teams at Matlin for a very, very long time, and the teams at POB have been changing hands a bunch. So this year was actually a very successful year for them, and like we feel like we helped them a lot through that, as we've gone to their school like every single week, every single time for like the past 6 months. So.
Got it. That's cool. We have 4 total in our district. So we have 1 at our middle school and then 1 at each of our elementary schools. So we help and mentor them as well. It's really good to get them involved in first early on, because then when they come up here, they have the same drive, and that helps with getting people on board with everything. I guess along with some of the mentoring and that you do, what are some of the other major outreach initiatives that you guys do, whether it be locally or international?
Okay, so one of our bigger ones is our engineering awareness night. We've been holding this for almost 15 or 16 years. Yeah, since 2007. So we hold this every year around November. It's one of our biggest events. It's where we invite middle school and elementary school kids within our district to come and experience different events that we hold. So some of these events would be squishy circuits, where we teach them about electrical currents, or washer bridges. So we teach them different, we hold these different fun activities for them to try. And then once they're able to complete them, we explain to them the science behind it and what exactly they just completed. And this year, something new we added was we were able to invite actual engineers to come in. So we were able to invite people from Google and Airstream to come and explain what they do and explain their systems and stuff to the kids who came. So they were able to engage and learn the real world applications of the events that we put them through. And it was just really a good experience for them. They were able to do a scavenger hunt, so they were able to go around and meet all the engineers. So that was just a really fun experience for them. And so I think that's one of our biggest events.
I can speak on that. I was an elementary schooler, and that's what introduced me to FIRST. So it's definitely the stepping point that really got me involved with robotics. So
yeah, adding on to what they said, the events that Zombie and Adam were mentioning, we actually have them, and we have these signature STEM is fun for everyone booklets. So we actually translate these booklets into I think 6 or 7 different languages, and we spread them out to different teams in our area. So right now, we've been talking to teams all over the world. I think we've been talking to teams in Turkey about it. We've been talking to teams in London, and we've really been trying to spread these books and get them into more teams' hands, because we feel learning, knowing just how to do it is good, but actually learning the science behind it is the most fulfilling thing, That's what really gets you go home first instead.
And like going along with
Yeah.
those booklets, another place we spread them is we've actually had a former POBot we've reached out to them. He's in Germany and he used to be a foreign exchange student. So we were able to reach out to him through social media and have meetings with him. And we've like sent him some of our booklets translated in German for him to share it with schools in his area. He's currently a student at Berlin University, I think. And so he's like, we've been discussing potentially starting an FRC team there and like instilling FRC because there's no set program there. They only have FLL. So we've been like using those booklets to kind of garner interest and see like if we did start a team there, would high schoolers there or just students there in general be interested in joining a team of that sort?
Got it. That's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we know your team like received the Impact Award. So like, what year did you win it, and like, what initiatives do you think in that year pushed you guys to win?
So our last Impact Award win was in 2019. And I think our most prevalent initiative in that year was our EAN and STEM is Fun for Everyone outreach. But other than that, I think we had some initiatives with the Girl Scouts and other different other different groups in our community, which really pushed us towards that. I wasn't there for that year, so I'm not the most knowledgeable about it, but those are the main points that they really stressed about.
We've definitely come a long way since then, so.
Did they help sell the cookies?
It was mostly to like, we wanted to like increase like gender diversity and just like diversity within our general. So, while yes, I'm hoping some of our team members did get cookies, we weren't there to experience that unfortunately, but, I think it was more just to like get more people interested in STEM, and that's just like a whole new like group of people, and like just like getting people like specifically girls to come and like check out, like, be like, hey, engineering's for everyone, just come and check it out.
Okay.
So first we want to congratulate you guys for winning your competition.
Congrats on the Hudson Valley victory.
And if you guys went to Worlds, any of you, could you share your experience with us and tell us your favorite part?
Yeah, so I think many of us, we attended Worlds last year. I was one of them. And last year I went in going in as a general member on the team, so I had a lot of time to go to different conferences and really learn a lot about different stuff. So one huge takeaway was just going and meeting successful teams and not only learning what works for them, but learning what doesn't work for them. So we learned how to better apply motors. Big thing was learning swerve drive. And we've also, from those conferences, taken a lot of new ways to do stuff. So we introduced a new system to our analytics. And I mean, it's been very valuable.
Did you watch the Karthik presentation on scouting and strategy?
I watched the guesstimate presentation. So,
Yeah. They had really good ones at Champs that I wasn't very busy with other stuff, but I got to watch afterwards, and it's just so fascinating learning about how like different distributions and all that for game pieces. So it's good that a lot of people were able to experience that, and I'm glad you were able to experience that in person. Does anyone else have like any experiences they want to share about championships?
Yeah, I think most of us sitting here right now weren't there. I think the members, Adam was one of them, but yeah.
Besides that, I mean, just seeing the level of competition definitely inspired our team to not just work harder, but not just in our shop, but at home. Like, we'll put in 6 hours in the shop, and we'll go home and do the same thing, preparing for next day. So it's definitely taking us to the next level.
I think it's inspired us, and it's inspired like especially members individually to like go and like really happy.
No, it's your turn.
All right, no, I'm having audio issues right now. Sorry. Give me one second. Hold on.
No problem.
All right. I guess what for you guys specifically sparked your interest in robotics in general?
Well, I touched upon it that as an elementary schooler, I wasn't really sure like what I was interested in, whether it was like sports or other activities, but just being introduced to seeing an FRC robot at our event and participating in STEM activities, it really led me on to that path through middle school, participating in FLL. And most of our team, probably around 50%, maybe a little less, participated in FLL or joining FRC. So many of our members have experience in some type of robotics before joining.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be honest. When I was a kid, I played with Legos a lot, so that did kind of correlate to me doing FLL and going on to do FRC in the future. And then learning about different things like from Legos all the way up to like real metal parts and doing things like actually with the robot. It's like been like a really transformative experience. And like kind of like growing up, like STEM actually grows with you.
For me, I was also really interested in Legos. And when I tried to build a Lego robot, I cried when I didn't do it. So I heard about FRC and FLL and I decided to give it a shot. And I loved it.
Okay, we're so sorry. Our camera's lagging. Does anyone else want to share their experience of coming into robotics?
Yeah, personally for me, being part of the beta team on FRC, I was a programmer, and it was just awesome to be a part of that programming team where it wasn't too difficult, but it created some challenges, and overcoming those obstacles was a great feeling.
I'm Brandon. I played with Legos a lot as a kid as well. It's like the building factor for every little kid. But always putting new things together, taking apart, figuring how it all works, it always sparked my interest in it. I always liked doing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have the same like spark, because I don't know what it is. FLL was a great thing to get us in, and we all love Lego, so.
Were any of you on the same team in FLL or no?
Yeah, so I think a lot of us, there's pictures and we're all teammates, but there was a lot of different teams, so it's almost like little rivalries going on in our club.
Yeah, me, Adam, and Pop were on the same team, so him, me, and him.
That's nice.
That's nice. Sorry if you said this earlier, but what percentage of your team are FLL alum?
I would guess around half, right?
Yeah, 50%.
We don't have an exact number, but that's probably the.
Kind of like a side question, but where do you guys meet? Where's your lab? Because you're at the middle school right now, so how does that?
So normally during the build season, we meet in our shop in the high school. That's where we build our robot, where most of our work gets done. But now since we're testing, we are meeting at one of our local middle schools, which is right next to our high school, because there's a bigger space where we can test everything out. So that's why we just meet here. For the past few weeks, we've been meeting here.
Yeah, it's another thing that we really stepped up on this year. We have a permanent field that we can practice on. So it's off-site, but it's still very good.
Is that so? You guys, that's nice. So how far is it from your lab and your paw and everything?
It's a 2-minute drive. You can walk.
Our schools are literally connected by one football field.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we had the full practice field up that we used for the Rampage event. So for anyone who doesn't know, Rampage is a practice event that we host every year, and we host at our high school. So this year, something new is we moved all of the field elements to a nearby venue, the nearby church, and they held, yeah. Then they held up the field for us for the entire week, so we were able to invite teams to come practice. So I know it was hard for HBR teams, but because it was right, literally the day after you would practice is load in. So, but
we participated in Regal Eagle Rampage, and it was very huge for us. We were able to make 2 in our robot for Hudson Valley. We didn't have all the success that we wanted at Regal Eagle, but we really stepped it up. So we really thank you guys.
That's really it.
Thank you for coming. I kind of just wanted to like ask a question with your guys. When you saw the game first, right? What did you think was really important for you guys to have, and what did you think, all right, we can kind of avoid? And like, how'd that define your design process?
So at the beginning, like after we saw our game, like and like looked at like what actually happened, we have like this meeting, right? So one of our mentors, like we do like this analysis meeting where he pulls up this big, like whiteboard, and we go over what is the best thing to do. So before kickoff, we actually divide up into like these little groups, right? And then with those groups, we take notes on all like the different aspects of the game manual, different piece specifications and whatnot. Then after that, we all corroborate together as a team to determine, oh yeah, is it good to go into the speaker or is it better to go into the amp? Or like, how many notes do we think we could actually get into the speaker or the amp? Or do you think we could do the trap, So we realized pretty early on, the trap is not a viable option. So we really focused our efforts mainly onto the speaker and the amp, and that those were like our main, two stepping points. At the beginning, we were actually like very, very focused on the speaker more than we were the amp. And after competition, we kind of looked more into like how the amp could actually be used and like how it benefits our robot, like, and it benefits the alliance as a whole.
Yeah, so a big part of our design is we dedicate the first week for prototyping. So we ranked each aspect of the game, what was most important in our design. And we kind of came to the conclusion that we have to be good at both speaker and amp and be able to climb. So we kind of went for everything except for trap.
Okay, we have one more pending question, and then we'll do the open floor. So, have alumni within your team like pursued higher educations in STEM?
Yeah, so alumni. Many POBots go into engineering. I don't know the exact percentage, but I can tell you for this year, I think almost all of our seniors are going into engineering in a university. So and that includes also our mentors coming back, prior alumni. Many of them are engineers who are now bringing more experience and more knowledge to our team. So yeah.
Basically, most of our team does typically go into major STEM fields.
Yeah, we have like a 90% STEM, like from FRC into like STEM fields, like 90%.
So those are all the questions from our team, and now it's more like an open floor, and then you guys can ask us anything.
Okay. So I know earlier you guys mentioned that you had four teams in your elementary schools for FLL. Like, could you like talk about like the process in starting those teams, like how you went into like getting involved with those teams in the elementary schools specifically?
Raj,
Sure. The way that it kind of started out is we started, like I was one of the founding members of the middle school FLL team that we used to do at home. We brought it to the middle school, and the school started to see a lot of like the positive, like the good things that are happening out of it, and they realized like it's a lot of the students going through that program have been succeeding at high school, so they wanted to start it out even younger. So they asked us, they had like talked to the school, and they started first Regal League Explore teams at the elementary school last year. So they originally like with a junior FLL, and I think it was 6 total teams because it was like there's just so small and everything. So they wanted to give more students opportunities. But then they saw like, oh, my elementary schoolers aren't really that challenged by it, so they wanted to go to the next level. So they were like saying, we're thinking about making them to first Regal League challenge teams, and we said, great, that's awesome. We have a lot more experience and we can help them out there. So it was kind of more us talking to like administration, them seeing the results of that, and that kind of helped start all those teams in the elementary school and getting all the mentors and all that sorted out.
So another question like we have to be like, what are you guys like doing like on like an international scale? Like what are you guys doing like for your outreach like international?
So one thing we started this summer was STEM kits. So we sent STEM kits to, it started off with, we collaborated with an organization called Develop Africa, and we donated STEM kits to Sierra Leone. But after that, we like sent STEM kits to many other countries, and we reached a total of 6 continents. So I think that's like our biggest international outreach wise, but yeah. That's our biggest one yet. And on our podcast too, we've had 2 teams come on. We interviewed one from Dominican Republic steampunks, and then one recently from France, Regal Eagle.
It's nice. So I know this is a podcast, so like, could we like bring something forward? Like, would you guys want us to talk about like our elastic dashboard that we've created this year? Or
Go
something?
right ahead.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Yeah,
we.
One
No,
of-
you go.
Programming created a new dashboard for the driver station called Elastic. So it's a new innovative dashboard where teams can customize, bring either like cameras or different graphs of information you want to show up. It's more modern and better in the old versions. Just to mention, like a few hundred FRC teams are now using it. It's in its first year. Some very notable teams are now using it. And yeah.
I know he's gonna get mad if we don't bring him here to tell you guys about it. So I'll grab him really quick, okay? So that's fun.
Yeah, cool.
Grab the dog.
No, go.
So you go.
Do you guys mind naming the teams who've been using this?
Some just said publicly. One team that publicly just said that they're using it was 4414 High Tide.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah, very.
Wow.
I thought it.
Another team was 6328 Mechanical Advantage, I'm pretty sure.
That's good.
There you go.
Here, you can speak.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Just
The
speak about.
creator.
It's just not in the question. Just speak about Elastic.
So it's been my biggest passion project, and I think one of a really good contribution to the first programming community. Right now, WP Island doesn't really have a reliable dashboard for teams to be able to visualize data. So this really gives a good option that also works very well with Shuffleboard, especially in code, because you can still create layouts the same way. And I'm really happy with how well it's been doing, and people have said that they've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, so right now, Elastic has currently like over 1,800 downloads. Is being used in like every team with like an active FRC, on every continent with an active FRC team. So I know he's like super proud of that.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's so cool.
So you guys published it, and it's like an app?
Yeah, so you can download it online. You don't even need an account to download it, and I have no idea who's using it, and I love the mystery of it. I can see how many total downloads it has, but I can't really get anything else from that.
Really cool.
And also all the code is public, so anyone can modify it if they want.
Yeah, something pretty cool. We just went up against the international team, and when we were on their lines, we saw that they were using it too.
That's really nice. Mm.
And so at Hudson Valley, I was walking through the pits, and then I see my app on other people's screens, which was really weird. And I also got to do a presentation where I got to teach some other people about how Elastic works and some of the big features it has.
Yeah, I think you guys showed it at roundtables, right?
Yeah.
And just so you know, we do use Elastic. We really like it. Thank you, Nadal, for making that. It's really nice.
And at Long Island, on Thursday, I'll be doing another presentation there. It'll be the same one as Hudson Valley.
That's good.
So also, moving away from Elastic, I have like one like main question for you. So for the POBots this year, we really focused on like 3 key initiatives. It was inclusivity, awareness, and inspiration. Like what are your guys like ideals, and like what do you guys like want to show to other teams and like really want to like, you know, project out there to the world?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Or if there's like something like, what's your main message that you want to spread? Like, what's your team message that you want others to hear as well? In some sense, I don't know what message you're trying to go for.
I think you guys are better for this question.
What's a main team message?
I would just say,
I'd like
I
to-
just
Right.
go with it.
Oh, I guess what we could say is like our main like something that we've been like focusing on a lot this year is like to inspire others, to connect the things we do, and to change community, like to change the way we think and the way our society is. So I think like our initiatives that because we started a lot of new ones this year, I think like the way we're going now, it's definitely progressing that goal. also our like main team message, I would say, is inspire, change, connect.
And the main way we do it is through our STEM Kits initiative that we started this year. And one thing that our team is really passionate about is inspiring underfunded communities and the passion of STEAM to those who like don't have the resources to necessarily be part of an FRC team or have the resources that we have in our community.
And also like another thing we've been focusing on like really greatly this year was on younger generations, like especially younger people in our school district, as now that we're getting older, we know like how much robotics has grown since we first started. So it's helpful to see how much it's impacted the people below us and how much it will impact them.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. You know, that's inspiration. I was thinking like that's one of the biggest things for our team, and I think another one is just like being a big part of the community. I think that's another one of our like goals as a team. Like we want to be like role models in a sense for a lot of people.
Can relate to that as a team too. I think that's part of our like initiative that we kind of spread here, that we want other people to hear us, and we also want the younger generation especially to hear our message.
We're right next to each other and we still have the same messages. So yeah, so I think that's mainly like all of our questions that we really have for you guys. I don't know if you guys want to add anything more or talk about anything.
Got a question? We've done a lot of work to like inspire younger generations, and that helped us grow our team. With like this year, how we're able to get a lot of like Bible freshmen. Have you guys done anything in that sort, or like how do you guys expand your team? Like members and given your influence on others?
Actually, okay. Like I think two roundtables ago, or last roundtable, we heard your team actually talking about training groups. And that's something we really wanted to implement into the way we structured our off season. So this year we started taking it like more seriously, and we started making training groups based on how you guys organized it. And we set things off of like mechanical training group, electrical, programming, CAD, and even outreach this year. So I think that really helped gain interest in underclassmen and really helped them stay as active members.
And also like our mentoring with the FLL teams last year, before these freshmen came into the high school, a lot of them were part of FLL, where we went to their team and we talked about FRC and our team, and that really also like inspired them to come and join the team when they became ninth graders.
Yeah, and for people who didn't like do FL or anything, we always have like our club fair. And a lot of people sign up. Some years we demo a robot, but some years we just don't have space. But we show off our robot, show off the impact video, and we kind of let kids just sign up and hope and see if they can find love in it.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on, and we'll see you guys soon this week. So
Yeah, see you on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, good
Hey.
luck.
Good luck.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck.
Thank you guys.